So Ron, how long have you been delivering the mail here on Hornby Island?
17 years all told. I started out as Don Nixon's helper, and then for the last, I guess, 5 years I've been doing it full time.
And I hear you have 2 part-time helpers to deliver mail here?
I do. I have Shuma Rostral and Brea DeCourts. Brea is a young woman who just got married last year. She's pregnant. And Shuma has 2 young children. One's in daycare and one's at the local school here.
So they both really depend on these jobs, as I suppose you do as well.
Yeah, it's part-time work for them, but you know, on Hornby, you got to make your ends meet however you can, and that often means many different jobs. And certainly, it's a big part of their job. And when I go away to work in Alberta, I do other work. They do the job full-time in my absence.
It seems to me that part-time through the winter, consistent part-time work would be huge on a small island like this that virtually shuts down during the winter months.
That's right, yeah, because Shuma does work at Reds in the Cove and works in gardens and whatnot, as does Brea, and of course that work stops. So yeah, it's very important.
I understand that the petition was signed by over 500 residents of Hornby Island supporting your jobs. Do you know what happened to that petition? Was there any official response?
Okay, the petition was signed by, as you say, over 500 people. The petition itself was copied, and a cover letter was written by the author of the petition, which was Jake Banke. It was sent to the CEO of Canada Post. It was sent to the Vice President for Customer Service for Canada Post. It was sent to the Senior Vice President for Human Resources of Canada Post. It was sent to the Director of Human Resources in Vancouver for Canada Post, and it was also sent to Peter Mansbridge and Rex Murphy.
Any response from Canada Post?
Nothing yet. And of course, that response would be going to Jake Banke as the author of the cover letter with the petition and the author of the petition itself.
Do you have any other avenues of appeal for your jobs?
I think what will happen, my best guess, is that people are going to notice such a significant disruption in their mail that they are going to probably get on the phone, and ultimately the Ombudsman for Canada Post will hopefully intervene and realize that what has happened doesn't make a lot of sense.
Mail deliver person, Diane Monteith, will be at least initially commuting from Royston back and forth every day. So adding significant costs and travel time that she will have to bear herself.
Yeah, that's correct. And as the position is, we're actually paid for about a 6-hour day. So when you add the 3-hour commute, so that becomes a 9-hour day, and then the price of the ferries, I did the math, and if she knew as much as I do about where people get their mail and whatnot, the wage worked out to just under $9 an hour. So hovering around minimum wage, and that's if she knew what I know. Because she doesn't know what I know, it'll be a lot longer day, and my guess is that she'll be getting up in the morning for somewhere in the neighborhood of $4 or $5 an hour.
So is it also true that she'll be on the same ferry that another mail contractor or employee will be also on there paralleling and bringing the mail over? Yeah,
well, how that works is the Hornby Denman Freight has just signed a 5-year contract with Canada Post Transportation Services, and Arlene's job is to get the mail from Union Bay, and she takes the mail from Union Bay to the Denman Island Post Office, and then she carries on to Hornby. I meet her at the ferry, and she takes the 8 o'clock ferry off, so she's just a brief stop on Hornby.
Now, it would seem to me that over 17 years of service, you've worked out a system for delivering mail on Hornby Island that is very efficient, and that this is about to go by the boards, particularly in regards to servicing Fort Cove. In other words, I imagine we could expect to see significant delays in mail delivery on a daily basis.
Yeah, I think that's a fair statement. I think that there's a long learning curve to learning where people live, because a lot of people don't have their street addresses on. People live in little cabins behind something, and it just takes local knowledge to be able to get the mail to these people. And as I mentioned to somebody, for example, all of the phone bills, well, like 95% of the phone bills we get say general delivery. They don't say block, blah, blah. They don't do that.
95%.
And it's similarly with hydro bills, because when you talk to hydro, they will not allow you to say, I get my mail at C-Right 3-1 or whatever. It's just by the meter. And so they often say general delivery, or they'll say the street that they live on, but they don't give any reference to the green box. So, you know, in a worst case scenario, we do have a book in the post office, and all the names are in there, and if you take the time and learn it, it's not a job that only I can do. It's just, I just can't understand why, if it's not broken, it's trying to be fixed.
Yeah. In other words, it's working fine, so break it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Located directly in front of the Verizon Canada Post outlet is a voluntary free post exchange operated by the co-op successfully for many years. You can construct a box or use the alphabetical ones provided to deliver and to pick up locally. This is free enterprise on the honor system and truly free.